Some time back, one parent introduced his teenage daughter to me, saying that she was an ardent devotee of Bhagavan Krishna. I complimented her with a smile. However, after a pause, I asked the parent, did Bhagavan Krishna accept her as his devotee? The parent was silent. Soon, with a puzzled look, he asked, how could we know it? I replied, it is very easy. We just have to refer to the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Sloka 13 to 19. Bhagavan Krishna has listed out over 38 characteristics of a devotee dear to him. The 12th chapter is one of the most beautiful chapters of Bhagavad Gita. I continued. That parent was not an isolated one. We often come across many such persons in our daily life where people proudly announce themselves as devotees of such and such deities and start narrating how they got their wishes fulfilled because of the grace of the deity. All such devotees have some typical traits. He or she will have sandal paste or ashes smeared on his or her forehead and body marks. He will have a chain of tulasi or rudraksha around the neck prominently displayed for the public. The chain may be simple to complex looking, made of gold and studded with diamonds, etc. He will be chanting mantras, slokas, etc., either silently or loudly. The way he walks, talks, sits, etc., itself will be a loud announcement of his presence anywhere. He will have an unusually great interest in visiting temples both nearby and far away. In all probability, it will be thanksgiving for the wishes fulfilled that he believes because of the grace or blessings of the deity. He will have no problem to make that public as it only helps to improve his standing as a great devotee. While going to the temple, he will carry puja items like flowers, garlands, fruits, sweets, etc. for offering to the deity. He will ensure that all those items are of good quality. While collecting or buying all those items, he will have no problem in picking up fights with the shopkeepers about the rates that charged and get them revised down to the levels that he wants. After spending a small fortune on the puja items, while returning home, he will also wait for an opportunity to quarrel with the auto man about the fare. When he goes to the temple, so prominently he will have the puja items on his hand that none will miss it. If by chance he feels that somebody has not taken note of it, he will ensure that that person is not deprived of it. Using that opportunity, he will inform that the puja items cost so much nowadays. He will spend hours together in the temple, either intensely looking at the deity or waiting in the long queues for his chance to have a darshan of the deity. When the wait in the queue gets prolonged, he will get impatient. He will display it by fretting, fuming, and blaming the temple authorities for the mismanagement. Patience will be the quality that he must have given up long time back in his life. He will also wait for an opportunity to pick up quarrel with those ahead and behind him in the queue. When his chance arrives, he will be besides with emotions, standing there blocking the view of the deity for those behind him. He will try to communicate with it his gratitude for the fulfilled desires and reminding it of the remaining ones. If deprived of his rightful place in front of the deity because of the milling crowds, he will have no problem in picking up fights with them. Since those also being great devotees, the outcome will be generally big fights right inside the temple, about which both rarely will have regrets. Such will be the bloated ego of both of them. They keep it in their minds and try to settle it outside at the next immediate occasion. Forgetting and forgiving will be the qualities they have given up long back in their lives. Such will be the intensity of the hate and anger they generate. They prefer to remain permanent enemies on any such petty issues. Yet their minds will have place for those who praise them at the slightest occasion. They do not tolerate anyone and anything that acts against their interest and comforts level, be it the person or place or environment around. When it comes to offering any donations in the donation box, he makes special efforts that all have taken notes of his donation. When it comes to offering any material, he will not forget to ensure that the authorities do not fail to announce it proudly by giving proper credit in the donated item itself, even if it happens to be a tube light, and the writing his name as donor of it will block the light fully. After the temple visit that drains much of his energy, he will be looking forward to the comforts of the home. At the slightest instance of things not coming up to his level, he will pick up fights with the family members. Using the harshest words, he will try to get the things done as per his requirements. Love and compassion for the people around him will be the things that he rarely concerned with. Waiting for even the slightest mistake, he will pounce on the family members to set the things right as per his standards. So obsessed is he with the comforts of his body and senses, sufferings or problems of others will be of no concern for him. Such will be his repulsive nature. His very presence will be a source of misery and unhappiness for those around. In the whole family, he alone will be the one wailing loud at the first instance of things going wrong. He will have no hesitation in blaming God for putting him in such a situation. When he is in the office or place of work, even if it is a public place, he will ensure that his God is given prominent place there also. He has no regret to continue with his uncompleted rituals like reading out stotras, etc., even if he happens to be in the office during the office time. Engrossed in those rituals, he will be unconcerned when people line up in front of his table with requests to attend to their pending grievances. So engrossed in the rituals, he will have no problem in making them wait endlessly, especially even if he happens to be a government employee. These are some of the characteristics of the so-called devotees that one come across now. The list is not exhaustive. That their number is only increasing is evident from the crowds that throng the temples. When the temple administrators resorting to publicity for fake stories of miracles taking place in the temple, it only brings more crowd from far and wide, hoping for a miracle in their own life. There are no signs of it getting any less in the coming years, with so much talked about bhakti as the easiest way to please God and get things done.